Josh Giddey wants $30 million, and the Bulls said, "Hey, you got too much dip on your chip there, my boy." As the Chicago Bulls seem like they are refusing to give Josh Giddey $30 million. We're going to discuss it all and more in today's Locked On Bulls.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily Chicago Bulls podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for tuning in to Locked On Bulls, member of Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. That's Pat the Designer, host and creator of the Windy City Breeze and host of the Chicago Bears podcast over at ESPN 1000. I'm Haize, host and creator of Chicago Bulls Central and Chicago Bears Central YouTube pages and podcasts. And I love when I'm able to make Pat laugh before we even start the show.
Yeah, we do not prepare these. We do not prepare these things before we do them. We just got to roll in.
That's always a good sign when I'm able to make Pat laugh because, that was right off the dome. Anyway, Pat, so it came out yesterday. Evan is it Sidri or Sideri?
I think I always have gone Sideri,
okay.
But it might be Sidri. I've never met him, so I don't know.
It is what it is.
And I don't think he's on TV. Is he on TV?
No. He's strictly written. But he had posted on Twitter late yesterday, more towards the afternoon, that the Bulls refused to give. Basically, they are standing firm on not offering Josh Giddey $30 million. He went on later in that to say that taking the qualifying offer is an option on the table. Casey Johnson had a episode of his Fast Break later on in the evening where he added some color to that. Casey Johnson actually said that in his internal conversations with people at the Bulls, he's never even heard the $30 million number floated around. So I don't know if it's one of those things that was mentioned kind of early into training camp last year and what Josh Giddey could be looking for after the Jalen Suggs. And if it just kind of snowballed and now that's become the expectation. But Casey Johnson said that's not the $30 million number is not a number that he's heard.
Hey, you know what it is, baby? They watch the Locked On Bulls, baby. I said $30 million.
But then he also
started the rumor.
But huh?
I said, what if we started the rumor for me doing that? What if Giddey's like, no, I want 22. Like, what if we did that?
What if we're doing this?
We put it in Giddey's head. I can get 30 million.
But then Casey also goes on to mention the qualifying offer thing, but he mentions it more as like a nuclear option. Like, hey, if this keeps going, it is a possibility, not necessarily that Josh Giddey's, as Sideri had pointed out, is that no, Josh Giddey's representation are thinking about taking the qualifying offer. Casey Johnson more so said is like, hey, that's still a problem that could be out there if this keeps going on too long. But as everything all kind of comes together, Pat, how do you feel about the Bulls and them being firm on not offering $30 million?
Here's what I said on the Chicago Bulls Breeze. It is good business by the Bulls to try and stand firm here. And the reason I say this is because there is a world where Josh Giddey has all the power and all the control, and he is able to go out there and get the number that he demands after this season. That is not the world that we're living in right now. The world that we're living in right now, this may be the best contract offer Josh Giddey could get. And so it does make sense for the Bulls to have the standpoint of, this is where we think you are as a player. This is kind of where we want to work with you at. Let's find a number that is somewhere in this range, whatever that range is. I've kind of operated, and a couple people have put it out there, between the $25 to $28 million range is probably where the Bulls are. If you're lower than that, now we're getting disrespectful. Like, I should be nowhere near Patrick Williams. I'll slap you. You know what I mean? But like for Josh Giddey, and I know the expectation is he's going to continue to do what he did at the end of the second half of last season, and he's going to be a 25, 14, and 10 player every single year, and now he's going to be a superstar, and he's going to take all that. That may not happen. We've seen second half of season basketball mean absolutely nothing a lot here in this city.
Mm-hmm.
What if Josh Giddey's just a 15, 8, and 8 guy? If he bets on himself and goes into next season and he's 15, 8, and 8, guess what Josh Giddey is not getting? $30 million. You may be able to finagle $25 million.
I don't know, bro.
Probably going to be closer to $20 million.
If he's 16, 8, and 8, I still think that's relatively close to $30 million in the modern NBA. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. I'm not. Emmanuel quickly got $32 million a couple of years ago, and keep in mind the cap rises, so now that 30 million is less of the cap than what I think that Josh, if he really does want 30 million, he has a case for that regardless. In my
Emmanuel quickly turned himself into a scorer in Toronto, though.
That's true, but he turned himself into
the
a
problem
one-way
with Emmanuel
scorer. That's a chucker.
The problem with Emmanuel quickly is he has the health of a ball brother.
Yeah, that's absolutely that's
really the only problem with him. Emmanuel quickly, that first season in Toronto, when they gave him that money, was he like 25-5 or something like that? Like, he had a really good.
I don't think Emmanuel quickly ever got 5 rebounds. Did he?
Bro, I think he was like 25-5 that first season in Toronto. Like, he was cooking when he first got there because it was like, oh, I can finally play basketball. But either way, I think it
was 18, 4, and 4.
18, 4, and 4 in Toronto?
18. Yeah,
is that overall, or is that that first half of the season?
First 38 games. The first half, 18 points, 6.8 6 and 5 6.8 assists, 5. He's never averaged over 20 points.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. That's not that off. If Josh Giddey is a 16, 8, and 8 guy, that's not that off from 30 million.
Even so, I think for me with this is, are you going to get somebody else that's going to offer you? Are you going to go out on the market and get somebody else that's going to offer you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the situation I'm operating from, where this may be the best Josh gets. Like, we could sit here and say, like, he is this or he's going to be this, and listen, Toronto made a lot of bad decisions too. So
their contract situation,
Scotty Barnes is crazy. Like, that's
bro, you and Scotty Barnes, bro. Hey, listen, I hope you never run into Scotty Barnes. Bro.
Hey, I hope I do.
Hey, I want to talk to you about what you said on the podcast, my boy Pat. And now we're gonna be in the same situation where we almost had to jump Jimmy Butler. Now I'm sitting there like, all right, now we're finna have to fight Scotty Barnes.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. We wasn't jumping Jimmy Butler. I'd have had to shoot him. Like, there's no way I'm jumping him at 6'8", all muscle. I'd rather fight Scotty Barnes, bro. By the way, any athlete wants to beat me up, please.
Because you suing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm coming out. I'm leaving here with something.
The state of art Windy City Breeze studio, you walk into that mug, it scans your body to get you in. Like,
bro, you're like, oh, man, where'd you get the money for this? Oh, Scotty Barnes gave it to me. he's going to be giving it to me every. That was crazy. That was about to get insane. I understand that I stopped that still in a wild spot, but whoo, that was going to get bad.
Oh man,
woo!
That was great. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. That was amazing.
Had to hit the brakes on that mug. Jesus.
Oh man, that almost went down.
Your thoughts on the Giddey contract, please.
No, but no, I mean, I look at it like this. Even if Giddey wants 30 million, let's say the Bulls are offering, and keep in mind, this is annual average. It's never, no matter what, it's not going to start off at $30 million. If they offer him 27 million, is he really gonna let 3 million less, which would then over a fourth, depending on the years, that would wind up being $8-9 million, depending on the amount of years. Are you going to let that stop you from signing a new contract when you could potentially? And the thing that I always say, even if you take the qualifying offer and bet on yourself, which I commend players for doing that, there's always that chance. If you suffer a major injury, if you have a bad season, keep in mind, you just reinvigorated the value that you have around the league with how you finish the season. If you have a down season, if you get outshined by Ayo or Kobe, you get an injury, that value is going right back down in the toilet.
Yeah.
So that's
there's almost here's the worst part. The expectation is that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, maybe not from Bulls fans, maybe not from people who got the chance to watch him last season. I think, and I think here's the bottom line for me. You don't get better getting rid of Josh Giddey.
That's a fact. That's an absolute fact.
You go the wrong direction for both sides to me if you get rid of Josh. The best case scenario for the Bulls, the best case scenario for Josh Giddey is to work together. I think the Billy Donovan system accentuates really well what Josh Giddey does well. I think you've got a perfect team that absolutely will help Giddey get the assist numbers that he needs. You've got a team with Noah Essengue and Modest Buzelis, who should get you an easy 10 assists just by running towards the rim. I think that I like that Modest pointed out the defense that this team is going to have this season with the length that they both have. and just the ability to be able to steal the basketball, go to the other end, and have somebody navigate that. Like, there's a lot of things that I think open up the floor for Josh Giddey, which make him more valuable than a $30 million player, which by the time we get to his next contract, when he's in his prime at 27 years old, we may have to pay him twice as much money. This, to me, is the best situation for Giddey, and that's the best situation for the Bulls to have a guy in. Listen, I like Trey Jones a lot. I don't want Trey Jones to be my starting point guard.
That's a fact.
I just don't. Like, I don't want to live in a world where I'm sitting here with my backcourt tallest player is 6'5", mostly because of hair.
Like, yeah, I mean, there is that problem in it, and that is something that you got to monitor and all this. And like I said, like the thing I think is both is working, and maybe it ends up not being the full 5-year max. Maybe it ends up being 3 years. That way, Josh Giddey can get back out on the market when he's 25 and sign a bigger contract. You have 3 years. That point of proving what you can be, like it is what it is there. Yeah. So I think that's the ultimate resolution. I would not be surprised if when we finally do get the contract in, it's 3 years rather than the full 5. And it's a little bit less than Giddey wanted and a little bit more maybe than what the Bulls wanted, and they split the difference that way.
But I'll say this, if that's the case, the $30 million shouldn't even be a question.
Yeah.
You want to get them for less years, you probably should be talking about $35 million, honestly. If I'm getting you 2 less years and I get to reset the market again with you in 3 years, you should probably be talking about $35 million in that situation, but $90 million is the starting point for me.
We shall see. We shall see. All right, we're going to get into the next one as the Lakers reportedly want to trade for Ayo Dosunmu, which comes from a Lakers beat writer. We're going to talk about all that and more right after a message from Monarch Money.
I see what you mean now. I can't find it. Hold on.
It's at the top. I'll put it
you switched it up on me.
Ever wish managing your money felt easier? With Monarch Money, it can. Whether you're growing your savings or planning a big purchase, Monarch puts you in the driver's seat. It's like having your own personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money is more than just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending all in one place. So in addition to managing your money, you're also building wealth. Monarch Money helped me better plan out my merch purchases. If you guys have not been able to tell, I've still been getting new merch, but at a more decent rate than what I was getting before. So it allows me to save money and still get my merch. And that's what Monarch Money helps with. And also, if you're also sharing accounts with a partner, helps you track both individual and shared accounts so you guys can track to your personal goals even more. Take control over your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. More Locked On Bulls coming up next. Now, see why I don't like why they switched everything on the back end?
Yeah,
like
StreamYard tripping right now.
Yeah,
I'm looking at them sideways right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You're making the wrong changes, StreamYard.
I like this one. I like the little overlays they done added in there.
Yeah, I like the way it looks. I just don't like you can't order it the way that you need to order it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. Anyway, so with that said, talking about not the right changes, the Lakers reportedly have made calls on Ayo Dosunmu as well as other players. It wasn't like it was just they were just calling on the Bulls, but they've made calls on Ayo to gauge the interest in the trade and the price of the trade is what was reported. Trying to get the exact report up. Now, this one came from Anthony Irwin of Clutch Points and said this. Sources say Matisse Thybulle, Marcus Smart, Ayo Dosunmu, and others are names that the Lakers have had preliminary conversations with teams about availability and price, though no offers have officially been made. How you feel about that, Pat?
I have nobody on their team I want. What you gonna send me, Bronny James? I'm good. Like there's nobody on their team that I want, bro.
So let me. Okay, so Dalton Connect in the 2032 first. That doesn't get it. That doesn't get it for you.
Here's my problem with Dalton Connect. I get why he wasn't playing. Now, Billy Donovan may be the kind of coach that can fix that. Dalton Connect ain't seen a defensive scheme he understand yet.
Oh, no, because listen, Dalton Connect is like the dude who, he's like Groot. He shoot. That's it. Just shoot. Like, that's all he does. He doesn't. Why read defenses when you just shoot? Like, that's it. Shoot. I am shoot. I am shoot. No, but I need you to come off this pin. I am shoot. All right, whatever.
No. But see, here's the thing. You need to at least know relatively where you need to be standing.
No, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm just saying that in his mind, His job is to shoot. Why does it matter what defense it is? When I touch the ball, I'm shooting it.
That's fine. But that's my thing. Like, to me, and you guys know, I've said this here on Locked On. I've said this over on the Bulls Breeze. I've said it on the Windy City Breeze. Like, Ayo Dosunmu, I think, could be your Alex Caruso.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he is
more offensive upside, I think, too.
Yeah, listen, Ayo, man, like, I think it's so under-talked about his first step. Ayo has one of the quickest first steps in basketball. He can truly get past you if he wants to. I would not look to move on from Ayo Dosunmu to the Lakers unless you're sending me back a package that's just, okay, like, there's no way we can turn this down. And I know that sounds crazy for a player like Ayo Dosunmu. It sounds a little homer, but honestly, with the age that Ayo is and what you hope to be accomplishing with Modest Buzelis and all of that moving forward, you need players like Ayo.
Yeah,
you want to know what's going to happen when hopefully the Bulls do eventually start winning. If you move on from Ayo, we're going to say, man, you know, it would be a great player to have, a guy that just kind of does everything and is a defensive minded player and can shoot the ball if we need him to. Ayo Dosunmu.
Yep. But you know what, even more so than that, to me, especially because they're looking for players that fit around Luka, Ayo could be a perfect fit next to Luka, which means the value, not only does he have great value here, because again, I want to see Ayo stay here, but on top of that, because of the fit with your new best player that you got gift wrapped to you, you're looking for players that fit better to that. You got to pay me a premium on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't see the premium on the roster. Like, you can say Austin Reeves, cool, I guess. All right. Okay. You could say Rui Hachimura. Okay, I guess. But none of it's getting me there.
Listen, I probably like Rui.
Are you taking P. Will off our hands too?
I mean, and again, when I'm saying you have to give me something that's worth my while in it, that might be something that's worth the while, right? Ayo comes on a cheap contract. Hey, you got to take P. Will. Yeah, you want Ayo? Yeah. We'll give you Ayo. Take this dude too. Let LeBron mentor him for 40 days so he can hate him. Like, that's honestly, like, there has to be some kind of premium there, because again, we are going, and this playoff should prove that to you. And I think we're going to see this more in the regular season. We are going towards an NBA that is going to be more physical. We're going towards an NBA that is going to be more gritty, going to be more, you have to work harder. You're not just going to get all of the calls all year long. You're going to be upset by some things, and you need some people that can upset people on the other side, and you need some people that can play through that contact. Ayo Dosunmu is about to become a premium kind of player, very similar in my mind. And hopefully this does happen, but in my mind, this is what I see him as, very similar to what we saw from Alex Caruso. There were teams offering us first-round picks for Alex Caruso.
Mm-hmm.
That's how highly they valued that kind of player on a championship team. That's why they want Ayo Dosunmu. There's no way I would be trying to move on from Ayo at this point, especially when he's on a team-friendly deal. And if we're being honest, he's the kind of player that, what's Ayo's next contract? Probably where P. Will's range is now.
Yeah, you're probably looking at about 19
million. Yeah. Like, I'm not breaking the bank for Ayo either. So I don't think you can get that value just by trading for a piece, unless that piece is a proven pick. Now, again, I love Dalton Connect. I like the shooter that he is. He ain't seeing the defensive scheme that he likes or that he knows. And I think that's,
you can't like it if you don't know it. Everything is the unknown to him.
That's true. Oh, this is new. No, we've been running this all season.
You mean a simple on-ball defensive hedge? You have never seen that, Dalton Connect? No, I've never seen that before. I know what that is.
I know. Hedge, what's that? We trimming bushes?
Watch Dalton Connect come out and have a great year in year two. But yeah, I'm good.
Not with JJ. JJ ain't playing ever.
I'm good on this. I'm good on helping the Lakers. That too, like that aspect of it. I'm good on any of that. Like, no, like Ayo's a player that we need to keep around here. And like you said, I think that you make a great point with that. Ayo's the exact type of player the Bulls fan to be like, well, he's a luxury. We don't need him. And then as soon as you start with, it'd be good to have an Ayo Dosunmu around. It's kind of like when the Bulls got Carlos Boozer and all those guys, and they had to trade Kirk Howard to make that. And then the next year, they're like, you know what? We kind of need a Kirk Howard back on this team.
Yeah. I mean, dog, like, it's truly the Bobby Portis situation, right? Like,
yeah.
We can find another Bobby. Eventually.
5 years later.
Maybe.
Still no Bobby.
When we get rid of Bobby? Didn't we get rid of Bobby 2017?
No, we got rid of Bobby.
Oh, Bobby might have been drafted 2017. No, I think we got rid of Bobby 2017.
Was Bobby traded
that was a
before
Wizards
AK
trade.
came? That was
Yeah.
so then it's been like 6-7 years at that point.
That's crazy. Bobby trade like that was it pulled up Bobby Portis trade. That's crazy. We traded Bobby Portis in, give me a second, talk amongst yourselves here. 2018.
This is what that's hilarious.
The 2018-19 season, sent him to the Wizards.
There you go. So,
and the Wizards were like, we don't want this dude either. Went to the Knicks. Forgot he was on the Knicks.
I forgot he was on the Knicks too. He played, was it a whole season with the Knicks?
Played a whole
too?
season with him. 2019, 2020. They was trash. Still was feeling good about it. And then he got to the Bucks 2021. Boy, that's gonna be that's how Mud's gonna talk about P. Will he take off. Bobby Portis took off 1, 2, 3, 4. No, Bobby was solid that last season. 4, 5, probably 4 years into his career.
Yeah.
He was solid that last season. 14-7. That was the year he stopped us from getting Luka.
Hey man, still Nico? Didn't Nico go off too before he got traded?
And Nico. Nico came back with his eye.
Like it's crazy because they had really good chemistry on the court together.
Yeah, they
just couldn't stand each other. But with that said, we're gonna get into the next topic. We're gonna talk about Noah Essengue and his expectations in Summer League right after this. All right, Pat. Summer League. You know, there's been a lot of crazy. KJ, I don't know if you saw it last night, 3 for 3 from 3-point range yesterday. And again, as me and you have talked about as Illini fans, again, when the pressure is not on, KJ looks amazing. It's Summer League.
Balling.
Well, he's gonna ball. He's gonna ball all Summer League. I guarantee you we're gonna get a couple of articles. Oh my God, did teams miss on Kasparas Jokic? Like we're gonna get some of that. And then the moment the regular season starts, it's gonna be like, oh, he went 0 of 18. But nonetheless,
he may ball out. I'm gonna fully say he went to the only team that could have developed him.
Yeah, that's true. Going to the Heat was a good spot for him to go to. But Pat, with that said, what are your expectations for Noah Essengue in Summer League? And the reason why I ask this is because in Summer League, that is where you're going to see maybe him have an opportunity to take more dribbles, have maybe the offense go through and maybe take some threes, things that we know offensively he's not going to really get any chance to do if he even gets into the game during the regular season. He's going to probably be a defensive specialist to start. But what do you want to see from Noah Essengue in Summer League?
Listen, you play professionally already. You are the 12th overall pick for the Chicago Bulls this season. Go out there and take over.
Wow.
What happened?
Chet just got a 5-year, $250 million contract.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I said $30 million. That's what is that? 5 years? That's yeah. That boy got the bag. Shout out Chet. He about to buy some bad clothes.
Chet does dress terribly.
Chet dressed like Shea, but Shea's 6'6", so it works better. Chet's 7'2".
He's gonna be making on average $50 million.
Yeah.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no. Go out there and ball out. Go out there and take over. Go out there and prove that you're the best player on the floor every single night. Because you doing that will help you get playing time much quicker. And that is what you need to see. Like, honestly, I love the fact that he's out there with Modest. I doubt Modest plays more than a game.
Yeah, me too.
He might in that game, I just want to see two-man. I want to see Freeman Liberty. I want to see who else is on there? Yuki Kawamura. Yeah, pass the ball to Noah. Let this young man show what he got, because I think no matter what, that's the only thing that matters out of Summer League. How does he look? And it irritates me when Muggs be sitting here trying to play good basketball and go for Summer League championships. Like, that's not what we're here for. We know this. Who are you filling your roster? You have all guaranteed roster spots.
Exactly.
Who are you bringing on?
There's nobody that you're bringing on to the roster to help anything. So there you go on that one. Yeah, I agree with you. I want to see Noah get an opportunity to really show what he can bring. Remember, he played a preseason game last year, his national team against the Blazers, where he did score 20 points. That's what I want to see. I want to see Noah go out there and just play at that level of competition. I'm not even saying he necessarily needs to dominate. I just want to see him get a chance to do what he needs and what he's working on his game on, and hopefully come out of that with Billy. By the way, Billy Donovan Jr. Did you see Billy Donovan Jr. with the new beard? It looks creepy. It looks very strange, my boy. Stop, because now if you laugh like your father on top of all of that, we're a little. It's a little. That's funny as hell because I know who that is. That's crazy. Now you got to put the Billy Donovan laugh on there too and do them side by side. But,
the Billy Donovan laugh. I must say, damn, Chris.
But yeah, man, I just want to see Noah ball out. But I do want to see Wooga Poplar as well. I want to see him get an opportunity. There are other players that I'm interested in seeing, but Noah got to go out there and just do his thing. Man.
Listen, I appreciate you, Wooga, for showing up. Thank you for playing the work version of our game. You're not making this team. Like, honestly,
he's going to be on the G League team.
I mean, sure, have fun. Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, if we're being real about this is very similar to what the Bears are doing right now. If you're a wide receiver on the Bears and you undrafted, that's a tough job to have right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, heck, Tyler Scott was drafted, and he's probably not going to be in the rotation.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're a tight end on this team, not named Colston Loveland or Cole Kmet, that's tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Like, that's kind of what this summer league is to me when I look at, how the Bulls have filled out positions, what the expectation is around a lot of these guys. But, like, we know that this team is basically going to be Noah Essenge's team. Let's go out there and see what he does. And I think the thing is, right, what we saw from Modest last year, I don't know if you remember this, Haize, but when we were talking about Summer League, when we watched Modest game, we was like, he had one game where he popped off, and we were like, but that's stuff he really can do in a game. Mm-hmm. Like, that's going to translate to the NBA, how he was rebounding, how he was getting to the rim. We were like, that's something he can actually do in a game. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to see. I remember Tony Snell going out there and taking, like, all the threes, knocking them down. I think we won the G League championship, or not the G League, the Summer League championship that year. And it was like, Tony's never getting these shots. So, like, that was fun, but, like, what the heck is happening?
Remember, it was him and Doug McDermott? Was it him and Doug, or was it him and Denzel? Doug McDermott. They were like, they called him Splash Brothers East. And I'm like, y'all gonna crash, burn real bad once the regular season starts. People were really excited about that.
Now, you know what it was? Tony was going to the rim. He was dunking. He was like, I was like, he's never getting any of these looks in the league, bro. He is not getting past LeBron James like that.
And then he couldn't get past the bench. Oh, anything left, or IQ test? Anything left, Pat, before we get up out of here?
No, the IQ test was wild. Relax, dog. You
just got done saying for 20 minutes, Dalton Connect doesn't know a defense when he sees one.
Yeah, but you know, Tony got that Scotty Barnes in him.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's not even what I was thinking about. See?
That's great. Tony got that Scotty Barnes. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to show and love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer. Neither of them beating the allegations.
You guys can follow me at CEO Haize. Locked On Bulls is free and available on every podcasting app and platform of your choice, as well as YouTube, the Odyssey app, Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, Fubo TV, basically anywhere you want us, you can get it. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Was that Valentine and Snell? Was that them together?
It was either that or McDermott and Snell. I can't remember which two it was.
I do remember Gums being involved.